New Veil Orb release. Let's see how good it is. Holy Yo guys, what's up? It's me Poli. It's been a while since my last video and now I'm back again playing Arcane Legends. This is my first video of a long series where I test new release stuff, so if you want to watch more of this, like the video and hit the subscribe button down below. Let's go. Spacetime Studios just released a new vase set piece in this new love crafting event and I'm gonna show you how it works and how good or bad it is. They recently buffed the new Veil weapons, so let's see. So basically what this Veil weapon does is you can hit multiple targets up to 3 and you apply damage over time with auto attacks, which stacks, deals solar damage and also debuffs the enemy. And if you charge you're gonna get a shield which makes you invulnerable for 2 seconds. Sounds kinda OP, right? I'm gonna show you how I use this weapon in my main set, but it's kinda hard sometimes to see how good it is against mobs since I use banished jewels. I will show you another set without banished jewels, but for now I'm gonna show you my main set. For my buff set, if I have to clear a lot of mobs and the boss is squishy enough, I use the Kraag stuff because it boosts your damage and speed. My Veil helm, because it gives 17% crit damage. For my armor I use Kraken, because it gives 50% chance to crit, so in the end if you proc everything you're gonna have 100% crit. And it multiplies your damage by 3. Veil belt, a cheap speed set. Blood artifact, the most OP mob clear item in the game because of the big AoE damage. And Veil bracelet. If you're facing harder bosses you gotta change in your buff set your Kraag stuff to Kraken stuff. And your blood artifact to Veil artifact. This artifact has a huge single target solar damage over time, which gets even more boosted when you use the Veil orb. For my damage set I use a 6 out of 6 Veil set. For my weapon I use my Veil orb, Veil helm, Veil armor, Veil belt, Veil artifact and Veil bracelet. You could also use for your damage set a 3 out of 3 Veil set and a 3 out of 3 blood set. This would give you way more damage than my set. I don't have enough gold right now, so I have to stick to this. If you have enough gold you could switch your Veil armor with a blood armor. You could use a blood ring and you can use a blood amulet. But I don't actually know if it's really worth to have 3 out of 3 sets, because since the Veil orb is supposed to shine with more solar stats. As my pet I use the most OP pet in the game, Heroic Frostfire, with Damage Trainer Evolution 7. Why is it so OP? It's so OP because it debuffs the target to take 2 times more damage. Also the Arcane ability has the same effect, with debuffing the targets to take 2 times more damage for 2 seconds. And also you get 50% damage increase against bosses for 5 seconds. So basically how this set works is you're gonna proc first with your buff set. You're gonna have to keep an eye on the icons that you proc your Kraken stuff and your Kraken armor. These are the 2 most important things. And then you have to switch to your damage set and just auto attack like this. And to make it easier to proc your buff set, you're gonna charge your clock, uncharge fireball and curse. And this is how it should look like against the Elite Leaderboard boss Orrick. You're gonna use your proc set first, charge your shield, charge your clock, curse, fireball, auto attack, and then switch to your damage set. And auto attack. This was kinda slow, I have to switch a little bit more faster. And don't forget to check your icons if you proc your Kraken and armor, and then you can switch. Now I'm gonna show you the same tech but in the new Dune map. But this time I'm gonna use my Aquarius stuff for the speed and my wave clear artifact. So how this set works is you gotta start with your proc set and pull all mobs together. Charge your clock. And then you can switch to your damage set after you proc everything. And then auto attack. You can keep doing it even though you don't have your Kraag armor up for your arty. I think the Kraag stuff is enough damage. This is how it looks like if you don't have a Bloodstar artifact, but I can highly recommend to use the Kraag stuff for more damage. So you pull again all mobs together, proc your buff set, and then switch to your damage set and auto attack. Again, the Kraag stuff gives a lot of damage boost, so it's enough that you proc only this and then switch to your damage set. Here's a comparison against way harder pack of mobs. I have a speed set where I have no procs in my set and I only use my Vile Orb charging to get safely through the mobs. And then I switch to my buff set, proc everything and switch to my damage set. And then again, my speed set with only Vile Orb. Charging. Switching to my buff set, proccing everything, and then switch to my damage set, auto attack. This time I'm gonna do it again, but without my Bloodstar artifact. If you have trouble surviving in this map, you can just use a speed set with no procs, and as a weapon you can use the Vile Orb, because if you charge every time you are invulnerable for 2 seconds, and this makes it basically the perfect set for pulling mobs safely. It's kinda hard to see how much damage it really does against mobs, so I'm gonna take off my bracelet and helm and show you again. And I use the other pet so it doesn't multiply my damage, but I use the same happiness bonus. Now against harder mobs in Elite Leaderboard Kraag Tomb with my Kraag stuff, no blood arty and no banish stones. And hero regifter. Let me know your thoughts about this weapon in the comments down below. Bye!